Hi everyone, good morning. May I know if you have any questions, any doubts? Okay, so to yesterday's class we discussed about various identification methods, and we also started creating a test case and started identifying the elements that are required for to create that particular test case. That is the registration of a new user. So today let us continue the same.
Ramya, I was facing problem when I tried to install the tool. So can we discuss after this, or do I need to show now itself?
No, we can discuss post this class, Naveen.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Now, already we completed creating the modules required. So today, let us see how do we create the action like test cases and all, where we can perform the action modes and or we can say the exact operation that we are going to perform. So let's go to the test cases section. This is the test cases section. All that we have here is like this is the blue colored section, and this is the place where you will tell Tosca that this is the operation that you are supposed to do. And these operations again are categorized in different ways. Like, when you say you want to write something, usually they call it as action modes here. Whatever operation that you are going to do is called as action mode. And these action modes are like if you want to input some value into a text box or fill it some with some value, then the action mode comes input. If you want to verify something, then you have to choose the action mode as verify. Same way, if you want to save something and store it, okay, which you will get to know more detail later, that is called as buffer. If you want to wait on some particular property or something, okay, then we will use wait on. Or if you want to select something, like it is in hierarchy, so you are going and selecting each parent node and then getting it deeper into it. So select. In order to filter the tables and all, we have the constraint. Okay. So in this way, okay, input and another one is the insert. Insert is used in the API. So in this way, we have the all 7 action modes. This is one of the important interview question. What are the different action modes available in Tosca? Input, insert, verify, buffer, wait on, select, and constraint. Okay. So now let's see what are these action modes, where do we use it and all. I'm just deleting our previous test cases. Those test cases we created at a dummy level. So now right click on this the same way, create a new folder. This is the icon. The shortcut is Control N, Control F. So click on this. Admit. Okay. And now name it as Demo Web Shop. Okay. And now first let's create a test case. So you can either click on this icon over here, or else you can right click and then click on the same icon here, or else the shortcut is Control N, Control T. This will create you a new test case. So what is the new test case that I want to see? We want to create, validate the registration functionality, right? So validate the new user registration is the name of my test case that I have created. Okay. So once you create a test case, always remember the icon of the test case will always have only one single arrow mark that goes as a round. Okay. And usually test cases have work state. This work state will determine at which position your test case is. If it is like nothing has been started in it, then it is a planned. If something is going on, then it should be in work. When you change this to in work, here you can see a small black color icon, right? Which is now vertical in position. It will be moved to the horizontal. See, in work. So see, it became horizontal. And when I say completed, that icon will vanish totally. Okay, saying that my work has been completed and this work state is ready for the execution. This particular one plays a very keen role in all, like whenever you are pulling this test case and creating execution list, or whenever you are mapping this test case with requirements, so everywhere this work state will also have some importance. So that is the reason always ensure that you are selecting the proper work state in your work for your test case. So now let's work on it. So that is the reason I have kept it as in work state. Okay. And test case usually has test steps as well as test step folders in it. Okay. You know the difference between test case and test step, right? All these test steps together form a test case. So now right click on a test case, and then if you create a folder inside the test case, this is called as test step folder. Okay. And usually these test cases have certain folder structure inside them. This is one of the best practice which is designed by Tricentis, and usually most of the companies follow this one as well. So they have, each test case has four folders. One is precondition, they say. The second one, some people call it as workflow, some people call it as process. Anything is fine, it depends on you. Third one, it is like validation or verification. It depends on you. Any name is fine for the third one. And the last one is the post condition. So now let's go back to our test case. What is our test case all about? It is all about the new user registration. So what are the test steps present? Open the demo web shop is one. Second one is clicking on that register button. Third one is filling that form and then click on that register button. Okay. And last one that we have is verification of success message that we are getting, and then finally clicking on the logout button and then closing the browser. So these are the test steps that I have actually as part of my test case. So now how can I categorize them? Opening the demo web shop. So which folder can it fall under? Precondition or workflow? Obviously
Precondition.
it won't be validation and post condition, right? So this is a precondition test step. And then clicking on this register button, which folder can it fall under?
Workflow.
Yes, workflow. And then filling the form and clicking on the register, workflow again.
Workflow.
Because this is the main important thing that is meant. What is this test case all about? Registering a new user. So these two steps are the main important steps for registering a new user. So that is the reason we kept them in the workflow. Okay. And next is verification of the success message. This is nothing but our verification or
Verification.
validation folder. Yes. And then clicking on logout. Yeah, post condition. Closing the browser, post condition. Okay. So this is how you categorize. Once you have the test steps in your hands, you can simply categorize them. Yeah, this goes to this goes to this goes to this. Okay. And now let's start creating these test steps inside this test step folders. Okay. Before that, I'm just copy pasting this folder structure and I'm naming this one as a template and I'll keep it as completed. So this one I just copied and I kept give it as a template. Okay. So that in future, if you want to create any other test case, you can quickly copy paste this one and then rename these things and change the work state. So now coming back to our own test case. So what is the first step that we have to do? The first step is nothing but we have to open the demo web shop. So in order to open the demo web shop, what is the module that we need to use? Standard module. See, there are two ways to actually use the standard module. And one way is just go to these modules wherever you have, go inside the standard modules, go where do you have this open URL? It is present inside tbox extensions HTML, and here you have it, open URL. Okay, you can either drag this one and drop it on the precondition. This is one way to do. For suppose you say, Ramya, I don't know the folder structure of it. I don't know where exactly my open URL is, but still I want to add it. So there is a shortcut for that as well. So here you have a plus icon. See, this is the search and add test step icon. Okay, so this will list out all the modules that are present. So the shortcut is Control T. If you press Control and T button, T for Thailand, T button on your keyboard, immediately you will see search and add test step open. So see here, all you need to do is just type URL. So it will list you all the standard, all the modules, not only the standard modules, all the modules which are related with the name URL. See, one of them is open URL. So simply double click on it. You're done. Okay. I'm repeating once again. One way is go inside your standard modules folder. Look for the standard module where exactly it is. Simply after getting over there, hold your left hand side mouse button, drag this slowly and then come to this test cases section and drop it onto the precondition. Look for the place where exactly are you dropping. Drop it in the precondition folder. Okay. Or else the other way is search and add test step. Click on this plus icon button that is here and simply type URL and just double click on it. You're done. Any one way is fine. The one which I personally recommend, go for search and add test step, because most of the people really find difficulty while handling this dragging and dropping the things, and also it is hard to remember the folder structure until you get used to the tool. So better way is go and click on this plus icon and simply type URL. That's all. And now click on this open URL. Here if you see, this one is having two arrows. See, two arrows are present, which means this is a test step. This is a test case. This is a test step. This is a test step folder. Okay. And this test step has two things in it. One is URL, another one is use active tab. These are the nothing but the attributes that are present inside this module. Let's see that. If you see this module, these two things are present inside it. What do we call these two? These two are nothing but our attributes. So our attributes are called as test step values in the test case section. So whenever you drag a module and drop it onto a particular test case or a test step folder, module will be converted as a test step. The attributes which are inside the module will be converted as test step values. Okay. And now here all you need to do is you just need to pass the URL that you want to open. So let me copy that URL, demowebshop.tricentis.com. Copy this, close it. Okay, so one second. So this is the URL that I want to open. So I copied it. I'm not going to use this use active tab for now. I'll just leave it like that. Don't worry about it. Okay. What is my second test step that I need to do? Second is I need to go and click on the register button. So where is my register button actually? Inside this demo webshop folder, in the top menu icon, I have my register attribute, right? So drag this top menu and drop it onto the workflow, or else the same shortcut works here also. Click on this search and add test step, type top here. See the first one, top menu. You can double click on it as well. Okay, anyways, it is fine. And now, what is the one that you want to click on? Register. So here, if you click on this value, you'll see two drop downs. One is the small one and another one is something which is highlighted in blue color. This blue color one is called as the property drop down. If you expand it, it will be something like this. Okay, and this one is the one we have click on the right click options here. Okay, so just select this click. Okay, and automatically the action mode input comes up. You need not worry about it. Okay, so what are we doing exactly in this test step? We are going to click on this register button. So let us rename this test step. You can click on this icon and you can just change it over here. This is one way, or else you can click on here and then press on your rename or the F2 button. Okay, and then change it over here as well. Anything is fine. It depends on you wherever you are changing. Is it clear everybody until here? Any questions, any doubts?
Yes, it's okay, Ramya.
Okay.
రమ్య
Yes.
ఇది రిజిస్టర్డ్ బటన్ ఉంది కదా, అక్కడ మనం ఏంటంటే అంటే ఇప్పుడు యాజ్ పర్ ద కంపెనీ ప్రకారంగా రిజిస్టర్స్ అంటే డేటా ఉంటుంది కదా, రిజిస్టర్డ్ డేటా, అది మనం మెన్షన్ చేయాలి అంటే
We did not yet come there.
ఓకే
No, we just clicked on this button.
ఓకే
So now the form opens.
యా ఓకే.
So now what is our next one? So drag this registration module and drop it onto the workflow. And one thing you need to remember, see, if for suppose, take this registration button. What are the order of the icons I have? First name, last name, email, password, confirm password, something like this. For suppose, think like, in order to fill email, first I need to fill the confirm password. Only then I can fill the email. But if it is something in this order, can I fill it in that way?
No, Ramya.
No, right? So then, if there is anything something like that, one thing is, if you rearrange your icons here, you can drag and drop your attributes. See, whenever you drag them, a black line comes up. Okay, that means they will be placed at that position. See, now I dragged my confirm password and dropped it ahead of email. So now I can first enter my confirm password and then I can enter my email. Automatically it will be sorted out here. If you are changing the order of the things in your module section, automatically they will be sorted out here. If required, sometimes we do work on from that way as well. Okay. And while dragging and dropping the controls, make sure you are dropping them in a proper order. And now, okay, so now let's just fill this registration details. So the same way again, click on this small drop down and see it has a click. So select that. So I'm clicking on the female radio button. And now for the first name, what is that I need to fill as my first name? Ramya. Okay. What is my last name? Okay, I'll just give it as Oreo something. Okay. And now, what is my email that I have? ramya.oreo.28@gmail.com and password test81234. And if you see here, okay, there are different data types. See, usually we will never use the password and the string data types. Okay, like I'll show you the difference between them. 1 second.
Hi, let's ensure that you and I keep.
Hello.
Test it 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you the difference. Yeah, see, whenever you take the data type as password, it will be encrypted or it will be masked. You cannot see it. Okay, not even in the reports while pulling the reports and all. But if you take it as a string data type, you can clearly see your password. Okay, you can choose anything, whatever is fine for you. There is no restriction that you have to use only this or you have to use only this. Anyways, it will be the same, but you have to choose whichever data type you want. Okay, and yeah, so I'm using both the data types here so that we will get to know the difference again. And next is finally we have to click on this register button. So just say click here. So after filling all these details, I'm clicking on my register button. And now I'm just changing this enter new user registration details. Okay, whatever test step name I feel comfortable, I just gave it. Okay, the next one is we have to verify whether we are getting this success message or not. So drag this success message module and drop it onto the verification. And when I say verify, there are two types here. Okay, one is to see whether the same message is coming or not. Other one is to see really this is the message that we are getting or not. For time being, for now, we will see whether this message is coming or not. That's all. Okay. So for that, all you need to do is what you are looking. నేను పే చేస్తానని చెప్పు.
హలో.
మన ఆన్లైన్ పెట్టాను సర్వీస్ అయ్యాక. Yeah. Okay. So in order to check whether this message coming is visible or not, like we are just checking whether this message is visible or not. So this is nothing but one of the properties of this attribute. We are working with one of the properties. So whenever you are working with one of the properties, you have to use the property drop down. And here what this area is nothing but you have to select which property are you working with. Now I want to see whether this message is visible or not. So that the property I am working is visible. So I will just select this visible in this drop down. And what is that I want to see whether it is visible. So true. And what would be the action mode for my verification process? Obviously verify. So this is how I can verify. I'm here selected the action mode as verify because I'm verifying its property. As I am working with the property, I opened the property drop down and the property that I have selected is visible, and what I want to see is whether it is true or false. So that is the reason I am checking whether it is true or not. Okay, and I'm just renaming this message. Verify if success message is visible. And finally, the last one is to click on this logout button. So again, drag your top menu module and drop it onto the post condition. You can use a module n number of times. Okay. And now, what is that you have to click now? Logout button. So here it is. So simply say click. Okay. And now I'm just renaming it as click on logout. And after clicking on logout, what is the last thing that you need to do? You need to close the browser. Again, a standard module. So click on this button and say close. Here it is. See, close browser. Double click on it. And what do you need to pass here? In order to close the browser, you need to pass the title of the page you are working on. So my title always is demo web shop, something will come up. Sometimes only demo web shop. So I'm just passing it as demo and a star. So this is how I built my test case. Any questions, any doubts on this?
Ramya,
Why did we?
Yes,
When we are going for the verification,
yes,
workflow the verification also in the workflow, when we are going to be use the password or everything, there will be there some of the conditions also, right? Is it to be applicable, or we should have to input some of the applicable which the password should have to their some of the special characters, numbers, and capital letters and everything.
Okay, I'll come up on that. Yeah, another question?
And coming from the when we do for the Dropbox for the male or the female,
Yes,
we are going to be the option, right, for the two male and the female, right? How
yes,
we see if someone has been clicked for the male,
yeah, you can go
then
and choose.
then we
Yeah,
then we are going to be keep the click option both for the male and the female. We are going to keep the both option there for the male, right?
no, you will just go and choose the click option near the mail. So instead of female, you will just select click for male.
That's
That's
it.
all.
And another thing, we have the first name, last name, right?
Yes,
I have seen some of the I mean that some of the website that there will be the middle name, and also we can keep the middle name is also uh, in this, right?
see, it depends on the page that you scan.
Okay, okay,
You have those many options, then
okay,
scan those many controls and then enter all those details. Here we
okay,
have only this. We scanned this page. So this is applicable only to this demo webshop registration page. You are
okay,
not going to use the same module for all the websites.
okay, okay. And another doubt, and I don't know if it is being used here or not. See, when we are going to be login or the logout boxes,
Yes.
someone will say that the box should be login box should be in the blue, and the logout should be in the red color. We are going to be what you say, we are going to be maintain in the Tosca, I mean that in this tool only.
Is the blue color and red color applicable in demo web shop? Did you check that?
No, I didn't check that, but
Please check it once.
it's okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And coming to your first question, you
Ramya, one second. That red and blue, I did not get. What is that actually?
even I did not understand. He said there will be some colors, but that is the reason I asked him to check
నో
with.
నో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు లాగిన్ లాగౌట్ ఉంటుంది కదా,
Yeah,
ఇప్పుడు లాగిన్ అని నార్మల్గా మనం ఏంటంటే లాగిన్ అవుతాం కదా,
login.
కిందకి మనం డేటా మొత్తం ఎంటర్ చేసాం. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఇది ఇది ఫర్గాట్ పాస్వర్డ్, ఇక్కడ లాగిన్ ఉంది కదా,
Mm,
ఈ లాగిన్ కాడ ఇది బ్లాక్ ఉండి వైట్ ఉంది కదా.
mm.
అయితే నార్మల్గా కొంతమంది ఏంటంటే ఇది బ్యాక్ ఏమో రెడ్ ఉంది, బ్లూ కలర్ అనేది వర్డ్స్ రావాలి అని కొన్ని ఆప్షన్స్ కూడా కొంతమంది అంటారు. అది అది మనం దీంట్లో చేయగలుగుతామా అని.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Can you please ask him to use English, because I can also understand what he's asking.
Okay, sure. Actually, the question is, he meant that there is some blue color and red color near the login and the logout functionalities. Might be he is referring to some other website or something, and he is just checking with me whether that particular functionality can be tested using Tosca or not whenever we are testing some other website.
Okay, maybe I guess Ramya, what he is meant is like when logging, right? Okay, now we are getting the black color text thing. Okay, so but in that application, what he is referring is it may be blue. Once he is logged in, okay, so they are doing the verification with the change, the logout has been come to red or something like that. I think it's a verification part, I guess.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
So, to answer your questions, the first one that you asked is about the password validations. You asked me like whether can we give those conditions here or not. See, always remember you are the one not who is developing the test cases. You are the one who is testing the things that are already present. If somebody says you that it should not accept these special characters and it should throw you an error whenever you enter some special characters and all, then what should be your test case? Your test case is to enter special characters and validate whether you are getting the error message or not, and without passing the special characters whether you are going to the next case or not. So these are two different test cases there. Okay, you have to develop a different test cases for that. Yeah, once you have the error message, you can scan it and handle that error message in that way. And the second question, the buttons and the background colors that you are asking me about, those are called as unit test cases. Usually, when you are automating, when you are working as an automation tester, please never prefer unit test cases. Some people come up saying, like there is a small drop down here, like good, rate, good, average, bad. I just want to verify whether this good, average, bad three options are visible in the drop down. This is one of the test case. We don't do that. We are working as an automation testers. Okay, we need not pick up the unit test cases. But yes, there is a possibility to test them if you have the properties like some color or something, or else by using identification by image and all. Yes, you can test them. But for now, please never encourage people who are giving you the unit test cases to test. If it is a manual testing team that is doing, yes, it is good because it won't take much time for them, so they can quickly cover it up. But usually when I ask you to write a test cases for a lift, most of the test cases will be depending upon the operation of the lift, but not on the color, how what is there inside the lift, or color which is present inside the buttons on the lift, all these things. Okay, always please prefer the normal test cases, are the test cases which form an end-to-end flow. Okay, and yeah, so I think I answered both of your questions, Funny.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, any other questions? Vaishali, you are asking me something.
Bhavya, sorry for
Yes,
like okay, one question, like can we do color font and color validation here? Just a question.
Yeah, we can do sometimes, not most of the times, but sometimes we can do. It depends
Okay.
on the controls that we have.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, any other questions?
Yes, Ramya.
Yes.
I have a doubt. If I'm automating one form or one page, I can there. If there are some radio buttons, two or three in that page. One radio button is already selected. I don't know if it is already selected or not. In the automation script, if I selected click for that radio button, it will uncheck, right?
For radio buttons, no, it will not.
Oh, it won't uncheck if I select here click.
Yes.
It is
If
all.
you see checkbox, then you will have that thing.
Okay. The checkbox concept is the same if I
For
want
checkbox,
select.
we will not pass the click value because this happens with the checkbox actually. Checkbox, if it is already check marked, like already you have a tick mark over there, and if you say go and click on it, yes, obviously it will go and uncheck that particular one. So that is the reason we pass true or false values for a checkbox.
Oh,
Okay. The next important thing which I want to say here is currently we are seeing a very hard coded flow. Okay. This is because I just want you to build a basic test case in Tosca. That is the reason I am showing you a very hard coded flow. We need to pass, we should be able to pass different sets of values. We need to encourage the reusability. We need to use some excels or some other forms that are present, some details which we have some from other places, and fill the forms here. Yeah, we will do all this, but the process will be like step by step level. So currently we are seeing the very hard coded flow. Okay, so now we filled all these details and we build up our test case. So now let us test whether actually our test case is working fine or not. Okay, so I'm closing my browser and now I will just go to this test case, and before I start running this, I need to specify the browser where it has to run. So how can I specify the browser is by using the test configuration parameters. So right click on your test case and you can see a purple color icon here, which if you mouse over says create test configuration parameters. So click on this. It will take you to this test configuration tab and type browser. Please remember the syntax and the spelling here plays a very important role. So capital B ROWSER browser, and the value I'm giving is Chrome. So if you have other browsers, you can pass the same. Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, all this. Okay. And you should make sure that you have the extension of it enabled. Okay, and now I'm just coming back to this details. If I want, I can switch here and here. Okay, and this is the control flow diagram. Here it will show us the diagram. See, like you have precondition, in it open URL, workflow, click on register and enter the details. Verification if this message is visible or not. Post condition where you have click on logout and close browser. So this is a control flow diagram of it. I'm just, if in order to run this test case, you can right click and say run in Scratchbook, or else press on the F6 button, or else click on run in Scratchbook here. Anything, it is fine. It failed. Let me try once again. run in Scratchbook. It opened demo web shop. It clicked on register and it started filling the details. Register. Your registration is completed. It clicked on logout and it closed the browser. And you can see a green mark that came up here, right? And if you go to this Scratchbook here, see all these have the green color tick mark. Usually for the first time when you open, you will see your Scratchbook outside. Okay, so please get this and dock it here. And now see, you can see the timestamp also. And for the verification, you will have the log info. Verification was successful, expected value was true, and the actual value is also true. And finally, it clicked on logout and it closed the browser. So it took 13.788 seconds in total in order to run this test case. So this is how you can create a test case.
Okay, Ramya, here is there any provision to take the snapshot? Means in case of any failure, are we taking any screenshots?
Yeah, we can take screenshots and there are different ways here again. Like one way is to take a screenshot at a desired level. Another way is to wherever it has failed. Another way is to, if you know, like manual testing people will be creating a test result document, which is the series of screenshots that they have taken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there are three ways here, which we will be discussing later. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the basic test case that I have created. So what I want all of you to do is just replicate the same in your workspaces at your home. Please try to create the hard-coded test cases only. So in the same way. And from tomorrow, let's add some more additional features. Like let's start bringing some more reusability. Like instead of hard coding the same email ID, we should be able to pass in different email IDs. So let's come up on that way. Okay. Thank you all. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Ramya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi Ramya, this is Naveen.
Thanks.
Yes.
Can we discuss regarding the issue or you want
Yes.
after some time?
On the line.